Hello, welcome. Good morning, good evening, good night. Thank you for joining us for what is the earliest birthday party I've ever attended. It's the PowerShell 10th anniversary celebration event. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you with us. We've got an incredible day of content coming up across demos, across chats, across Skype chats. We've got so much stuff lined up for you. You're going to have a fantastic day following us all day. And make sure you can get in touch with us and we'll go through all the details shortly. But without further ado, who are these two guys talking to you? Well, I'd like to introduce our first host for the day, Mr. Keith Bankston. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Matt. And I want to really thank everybody who has contributed to all of this work to put on this event up front. You'll be hearing from a lot of people over the course of the day. And, you know, this is one of those events that takes a lot of people and a lot of effort, and greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, those of you who are watching will have a good chance to enjoy it.
Yeah, cool. So, for people that don't know you, tell us what you do at Microsoft.
I'm a program manager. I work on the PowerShell team, and I've spent several years here at Microsoft, actually since the late 90s, when I was working on MSN Internet Access. I was working as a lead operations PM, and I realized this IT stuff is just way too hard. And since that time, I've really devoted my career to trying to make that problem go away. And PowerShell is one of those tools that is absolutely amazing for making sure that somebody can do something once, do it right, repeat it. It's all about the automation. It's all about making sure that you get it right and do it over again. Cool. But now, Matt, as I was reading about you, since we were going to be working together, I noticed that you're a technical evangelist for Microsoft, but you also said something about being an infra-evangelist. What is that? Well,
being an evangelist, you've got to it's about storytelling, it's about being creative, so I just thought I'd make up some words. So in this case, infra-evangelist, infrastructure, which is my passion, virtualization, storage, networking, and automation of said infrastructure. Evangelist, the second half, infra-evangelist, there you go.
Okay.
But yeah, I could make up any job title, it's fine. Technical ninja works as well.
Well, since I've seen a lot of your work, it certainly meets my expectations of what I would call you, an infra-evangelist. I get it now.
Well, lovely, thank you. Well, enough about us.
So
the focus of the day is all about PowerShell. So what have we got coming up?
Well, first off, you know, not that long ago, 10 years ago, in this area, we started with this thing called PowerShell. And it began as Monad, and it evolved into something that has been used across the world for a lot of people. And today's event, we have altogether 15 content sessions that we've put together, and some of them are designed to be fun, some of them are designed to be informative and tell you what's happened in the past and where things have gone, and then where are we going in the future. You can see the list of elements that are here now. I'm not going to go into them. You can check them out on channel9.msdn.com. The full list is there, and the explanations of what each one of them are. The first one we'll be kicking off with is, of course, Jeffrey Snover and Kenneth Hansen in a few minutes. These folks, Jeffrey was the guy who got this started. Kenneth has been with the team since day one, but we'll let them talk about themselves. We will go ahead and continue throughout the day with the shows. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is Code Golf.
I'd never heard of this before you mentioned this to me. I thought, is this PowerShell Golf? Is this PowerShell specific? Is it PowerShell Golf? Every time somebody says PowerShell, you have to drink a shot. Is it that kind of golf? Or it could end badly for a lot of people 8 hours into the session.
There's no alcohol involved in this thing. It's actually a concept that's been around a little while, and I had not heard of it until I started talking with the community about what are we going to do for this PowerShell 10-year event. Code Golf, the concept is that you solve a puzzle in code. And there is a website, code-golf.com, and there is a set of problems that you get to solve in as few characters as possible, hence the tie-in with golf.
And characters is important there. It's not just lines of code, which normally people use to tell you how long a script is. We're on about characters specifically here.
That's correct.
Right.
So if you go out to this URL, github.com, Thomas Rayner, PowerShell 10-year code golf, you see it in your screen there. That's the best place to start. There are instructions that are there, and one of the things that we are doing is we put together a test in our PowerShell tool called Pester, so that people can know whether or not they got the problem solved. And so what we will be doing throughout the day is we'll check the status of 3 puzzles that have been posted for today, run them against the tests, and then at the end of the day, we will check to see who is on top of the reader board. We will scan their submissions against Pester, and we'll know whether or not they actually accomplished the task that they were assigned to do.
And we'll cut in and out during the day, because you'll come back to us multiple times, and we'll give people a few updates if we've got time as well to see how the leaderboard is looking and who's up there at the top. So we'll give you some real status there if you're at the top of the league. Everyone likes to be the top of the league, and it's a competition. You know, we want to encourage you to take part and build your PowerShell skills as you go as well. So all good stuff. And can we win any prizes?
Well, as it turns out, yes. We have some prizes that were put together by Lee Holmes, who is one of our team members since this project began and also our resident security expert. But he put together some little tokens of our appreciation that we will send out to the winners, and I'll show you pictures of that at the end of the day.
Nice. So Code Golf is one way people can stay in touch and get involved in the whole day. What are some of the others?
So there's really 2 ways that you can follow along with us. One of them is, of course, on Channel 9. With each one of the sessions, there is a discussion area, and you can go ahead and add in your questions to the discussion topic. When possible, we'll answer the questions during the sessions, and if we don't get to them, we'll answer them later. You can also reach out with Twitter. At PowerShell_team is the Twitter handle for the PowerShell team. And today's event you can identify with the #PowerShell 10-year hashtag.
I've not heard you use pound very often. Hashtag PowerShell,
Well.
There you go. So what else? What else?
Now, one of the other things that you're going to be seeing over the course of today is what we would call commercials. Most people tend to think of commercials as something that separates 2 really useful or fun or engaging things that you're seeing on television. They are advertisements to get you to buy something or do something, but such is not the case here. This event would not have been possible without the contribution of the PowerShell community, which is really one of the key elements of today. We're focusing heavily on not just what PowerShell is about, but what the PowerShell community has done and continues to do all the time to help make the product and the people who use it successful. These commercials, therefore, are filmed on, they're just little short snippets from people who were at one of our recent events at PowerShell Conference Asia, also our MVP Summit, and some of the PowerShell team members. And they're just going to give you a brief idea of who they are, where they're from, and what they do, and why PowerShell is cool to them. Okay? So our commercials, these things are things that you really want to enjoy, pay attention to, and maybe spend a minute and watch them.
Cool.
Okay? There is more, of course. This stuff is going to be running throughout the day. We don't expect anybody other than maybe Matt and I and the people, wonderful people from channel9.msdn.com to be here all day. But these sessions are going to be recorded and preserved so that you'll be able to watch them live, get to see what's happening real time, or you can come back later on and do it when we finished up for the day.
Yep. But a disclaimer there, it may not be the 10th anniversary day when you watch it, just so you know.
Unfortunately, that's true, and unfortunately, it's probably not the 10th anniversary day for everybody already. You know, some of our folks in Singapore, some of our folks in India, we have user groups across the world who have been helping us out and helping us put this together, but they'll have the opportunity to see it, and they, of course, whether they are watching it live, will still be able to enjoy all of the things that were presented for us.
Good stuff.
The other thing that you can do is you can follow along with us. You can check what's going on with Twitter, as I mentioned before, the hashtag PowerShell 10-year
there you go.
or PowerShell team. And please do participate, help us out, check out Code Golf, and enjoy the day.
Yeah, get involved. Make sure you do, because that's the key part of the day. So much around PowerShell is now community driven and community engaged. We want to make sure that you enjoy the day as well and get the most out of it that you can. So send us your questions. The tricky ones, I'll be firing at Keith. The easy ones, I'll probably be firing at Keith. If any that if you want to ask any specific ones to our speakers, we can make sure they get to them eventually if they're not here at the point in time. And I'm sure they can reply on Twitter as well. So we've got a great way to interact. The Code Golf is awesome as well. You can win real prizes. So again, cool stuff and great ways to interact with us during the day. And we're just glad we've got you here, and it's good to have you.
So now that we've mentioned it, we're going to take a quick break while we set up for the real first presenters, Jeffrey Snover and Kenneth Hansen, in a minute. And we're going to let the folks at channel9.msdn.com show you the first commercial.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear PowerShell. Happy birthday to you.
Das ist Enterprise. Protokollierungsfeatures gibt es in der PowerShell. Und hier kann ich die Modulprotokollierung aktivieren. Die Modulprotokollierung.
Ja, das ist mal ein Ich glaube, das war ein Break.
Nicht finde ich auch.
Ja, also das ist bitte, mach mal bitte das sehr umfangreich und
seitdem halt in der Firma.
Die Bierkäste oder was? Ja, die müssen auch nochmal drauf.
Und seitdem
Ja, alle zusammen. Wollen wir das singen? Auf jeden Fall. Happy Birthday, PowerShell.
Wie schön ist es, dass da hinten steht. Ich mache mich nicht dick, ich mache mich stark.
Okay, dann 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear PowerShell. Happy birthday to you.
So, jetzt bereit?
Ja.
Nico, blas die Kerzen aus.
die Hexe aus ihrem Türmchen so angepisst, dass sie beim IT-Trip, also als sie mit den ganzen anderen
Direkt um das keine Installation, sondern nur noch so ein Backup. Ich habe mir das Skript mal angeguckt, das stimmt für sich schon. Das ist eigentlich
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear PowerShell. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, I'm Holger from Hanover, Germany. I'm the founder of the PowerShell user group, and I tried to find my way into automation for years, but I hated VBScript. But then I found PowerShell and I fell in love with it from the first moment on. I now automate everything you want.
Hello, my name is Andreas Nick and I'm from Hanover, Germany. My most awesome PowerShell moment was to discover how quickly I can implement solutions and prototype graphical user interfaces. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rolf, electric engineer from Hanover, Germany. I love PowerShell. It is an awesome tool with accuracy tool.
Hi, my name is Rio. I'm from Frankfurt, Germany. I use PowerShell to automate database processes. And if you're gonna use PowerShell, do it with steroids. No, seriously, look it up. ICE steroids.
Hi, I'm Tobias from Germany. I'm also a member of this PowerShell user group and inventor of IC steroids. What I love most about PowerShell is its social effects. Meeting with people, interacting and having fun together.
Hi Microsoft, happy 10th anniversary to the Windows PowerShell team and the product, and it's very exciting to be part of the group that evangelize about PowerShell. I've been using PowerShell since 2006 and the ride has been non-stop, so happy anniversary, okay? Here, Maximo Trinidad from Florida, Juno Beach. Surf's
Hello,
up, dude.
welcome back.